Do you remember how I told you that TARP was nothing but a giant slush fund? Remember this? The $700 billion for TARP that we had to pass right now, it's an emergency or the whole thing's going to collapse. There is still $212 billion that we've never touched, just sitting there. Just sitting there. Why did we need $700 billion? That's where they want this money going. They want it in there in a giant slush fund. Okay. Well, first, Geithner and Obama extended TARP to October of 2010. This is a really great number. October 2010. October. Hey, 2010, that's this year. And October is this fall. Oh my gosh, think this through. October plus one more month is November. And what happens in November? What a convenient, I'm sure completely, they didn't even think about that when they weren't thinking about elections when they came up with the kill date of TARP. Do you think? No. No. That's old news. I can just hear them now. That's old news. TARP is already over. TARP is being used to pay for this financial reform bill. Okay? Another thing nobody seems to worry about. Do you know that we haven't even produced a budget? For the first time, we looked it up today. First time since 1974, the House didn't even produce a budget to even consider. That's kind of strange. Probably worth noting, huh? Wow, can't get a budget. Oh, I bet it's that they're busy ending TARP in October. Completely unrelated to this. Okay, so now we have this financial bill. And this one really bothers me. We have this financial bill that's going to solve the economic crisis, okay? It's going to do all of the regulations so this can never, ever happen again. Sounds good. Problem here. Guess who is called to Capitol Hill? AIG's products leader, Joseph Cassano. There he is. The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God. What is he doing with his hand up? He's telling the truth. Why? To whom? On what? He's answering questions in front of the Financial Crisis Inquiry Commission. Okay. So he goes to Capitol Hill. He's called. Now, for people who inquiry, that must be they're asking questions about the financial crisis. Questions about the financial crisis. He's testifying. So they're still trying to get to the bottom of what happened, what caused the meltdown. They're still doing their investigation, but we're passing a financial bill that will cure everything that just happened. Why is he wasting his time? Haven't they already saved? They've got the bill. Unless we're putting the cart before the horse. Or better yet, it's like this. It's just, you take this, and what I'm going to say to my class today is, okay. Let me give you the answer. It's 8. How do I know? I don't even have the whole problem. I don't even know what this says. You know what we used to do when I was in school? Teacher, and I hated this. The teacher would say this. Really, Mr. Beck? 8? Show me your work. Show me your work on this, please. Government, can you show me? How did you get here? Why would we pass the bill before we have the answers? See, there's a pattern developing in our government. It's the same thing with the oil spill. Obama started investigating to find out what caused the explosion. Here's what he said.
The purpose of this commission is to consider both the root causes of the disaster and offer options on what safety and environmental precautions we need to take to prevent a similar disaster from happening again.
Right. No answers yet. Gotta go find them. But also, I'd like to show you this bill because it's going to fix everything. Excuse me? Obama is hard at work getting to the bottom of this. Here's the White House report from his meeting yesterday. The president told the senators that he still believes that the best way for us to transition to clean energy economy is with this bill that makes clean energy profitable kind of energy for America's businesses by putting a price on pollution. Profitable for business by putting a price on pollution. My head hurts trying to figure this out. Doesn't work. It's almost as if the progressive agenda is more important than the issue at hand, or actually solving the problem. Here's another puzzler for you today. No one seems to be really bothered by this. The Russian spies that were caught this week. First of all, I mean, I've seen a few spies from Russia caught before in this country. It's always a very big deal. Big press event. Have you noticed that Eric Holder is gone? That's weird. Where is he? Oh, that's right. He's in Afghanistan. He's in Afghanistan. Wow, we're uncovering a flood of spies? Wow, that's kind of weird, isn't it? Second of all, 10 Russian spies. Sounds like a big deal. Is it a big deal? Because we seem to be shrugging it off now. I don't really understand that. The immigrant from Peru, Vicky. Do we have Vicky's picture up? I love her. She's a Castro sympathizer and a Hugo Chavez supporter who is critical of the U.S. government, and she should run for Congress. It's great. She was a longtime columnist for the Spanish language newspaper. This is the paper where this Russian operative expressed her anti-American, pro-Marxist views. Vicky, the spy, wanted you to know that U.S. prisons are equal to modern-day slavery, that Arizona's unholy immigration law is modern-day Nazi legislation, and that the United States is a heartless, cruel human rights violator. Wow! Sounds like a press release from the progressives. No, this was a spy from Russia. Another suspect, 28-year-old Anna Chapman, she's described as striking. If I hear how hot this woman is one more time, I could care less. Why are we talking about this? But the evidence against her, quote, is devastating. She was busted in an elaborate sting operation here in New York, where they were told she was giving a fake passport to another Russian spy. The spies were allegedly trying to integrate socially and eventually infiltrate policy-making circles. I think you guys already accomplished that one. You can write that off. We have supposedly been over, these spies have been here for years and years. Is there a piece missing in this story? Why do we expose them now? The FBI says because they're gearing up to leave the country. I want to show you some video. This is Putin complaining about our police acting stupidly, being out of control.
Back at your home, the police went out of control and are throwing people in jail.
Well, Robert Gibbs reacted pretty strongly to that. Here it is.
I mean, obviously the president was fully and appropriately informed. This was a law enforcement action, and law enforcement acted appropriately, and he did not have a personal reaction that I know of.
I'm sorry. Did I hear that right? The president didn't have a personal reaction to Putin or the 10 spies being arrested who were trying to infiltrate policy-making circles, creating propaganda, calling us Nazis in our pay. I mean, that's weird. But then again, he apparently has no feeling in his face because flies can land there and it doesn't seem to bother him all that much. Nothing to say to Putin. He couldn't meet with Israel, but he could have hamburgers with the Russians when he knew they were spying. Yeah, and then Holder jets off to another country while this is going. That's weird. Maybe it's just me, but you don't create an international incident for 10 people if it's no big deal. Something's not right here. You know what else is strange? The way the news in Russia is reporting it. This is how they're reporting it here. You notice Putin didn't say to, Barack Obama, hey, you Mr. Bad President. He said that it was renegade police work from American racists who are just trying to discredit the president. Wow. The Russians are against the Americans. I'm used to that. But I've never seen the Russians be against the Americans and for the American president. That's a new one. We'll noodle that and so much more next.